Hello everybody, Galarian Sangvi here. Welcome to the next episode. So before we go, I want to get myself a fairy. Hey, see, I need a restock. And while we're getting our fairy, let's listen to the awesome Gerudo music that got a really awesome remix in Smash Brothers. Where's that oasis? There it is. Off to... Oh, that's actually interesting. The sand texture is moving. I never noticed that. And of course the water is not there. It dries up the instant you leave this area, apparently. Bring all the fairies back. We got a fairy. For a second I was about to say, did I get a fish? But no, we got a fairy. That's not the button I want to hit. So go here. Now what is Nocturnal Shadow? Because we're going straight to the Spirit Temple. Straight to the Shadow Temple. Let's see, so hang on. What was it again? Two and the same. Time to go to the shadows. Here's the graveyard. This area is beyond where you can get. There's no way you can hookshot up here. You need to play the Nocturnal Shadow in order to get up here. Well, we enter this room. And you will notice these torches. You need to use Din's fire here. There's no other way to solve this puzzle. If you try to fire arrow it, the fires will go out before you can get every torch. You outright need Din's fire. This is why the item is required. Also, I recommend readying your Lens of Truth here, at least in the early portions of this dungeon. Bottomless Pit. Another check to make sure you have the long shot. The shadow will yield only to the shadow will yield only to the one that moves with the Eye of Truth handed down in Kakarika Village. I could not read, apparently. Now, you will notice these weird doors. If I remember correctly... Weird doors. Weird walls. If I remember correctly... yeah, one of these we can go through. Okay, that was a pit, so this is the one we need to go through. You actually do need to go through this. One who gains the Eye of Truth will be able to see what is hidden in the darkness. So they really hammer it in that you need the Eye of Truth. Which actually, now that I think about it... I should have... Oh wow, it's actually close to the door. To the wall. Yeah, so this place is dark. What is hidden in the darkness? Tricks full of ill will. You can't see either way forward. Well, that's actually interesting. The pot that was meant to damage me. Shadow Temple. Here. Wait, here's the door. Yeah, this place has a very, very dark history. But we'll get on to that at the moment, as look who we have a rematch with. Now, if I remember correctly, if you charge up your magic, I think... Okay, I was trying to kill the hands, because I think if you... Shit! Come on. What I was trying to say is that you can damage these hands, and I think if you kill them, they will come back after a while, but I think they can also make Dead Hand come out of the ground. Oh. So yeah, here's a little rematch with him. Lower your head. This should go a lot faster though, because you're doing more damage. Get grabbed. Bait him into appearing. Why is he not showing up? Do these hands have longer reach? There we go. He died significantly faster as compared to when we were a child. Let's go and claim our reward. The worst item in the game! The hover boots! With these mysterious boots, you can hover above the ground. Downside, no traction. And it means that these shoes have 0 traction. If you choose to wear them, you will be sliding around all over the place as if the floor is made of ice. Not fun to walk around in long periods of time. You can even use these to walk short periods where there is no solid ground. Be brave and trust in the boots. What it says there is actually really important. If you jump off a ledge with these boots, you will momentarily hover above the ground. This is needed to get over certain jumps. Other jumps are just made outright easier with the boots. An example I can give is the Gerudo Training Ground, where in that place, the room that had the silver rupees over the lava, you can make the jumps a little bit easier. Okay, do you have to tell me each and every time? You can make the jumps a little bit easier if you have these boots. And I got turned around. Okay, where is the exit? Good, you don't have to give me an interrupted monologue. Now, we decide. Only those with sacred feet can cross the Valley of the Dead. So you need the boots, but the door is locked. How do you do it? Make my beak face the skull of truth. The alternative is the descent into the deep darkness. So use your lens of truth. You'll notice all the skulls disappear, except for one. Now I cannot remember if the skull is randomized each playthrough, so you cannot just memorize it, or if it always is the skull that we're going to point at. If you point this statue in an area where there is a fake skull and you attempt to walk away from it, the floor will open up beneath you and you will fall to your death, taking significant damage. If you do it correctly, the door should open. I don't even think the hover boots can save you from the fall because it's technically a cutscene when the floor opens up from beneath you. So I believe it makes the time of the hover boots run out, causing you to fall. Anyway, you outright need the hover boots to just barely make it across. You cannot make it through jumping. But look at the bad traction that these shoes give you. Do not wear these shoes. Immediately switch back to your regular boots. It's the moment you do not need the hover boots. It will save you a lot of strife. Now the Shadow Temple is actually a very interesting temple, and I just pulled out the bomb way too early, I just realized. The Shadow Temple is a very interesting... Please die. There we go. The Shadow Temple is a very interesting dungeon. Where, it's very linear in its path compared to most dungeons. There's barely any routes that split off from each other. Or very little, if no reason to backtrack. Ooh, yeah, that's creepy. The Grim Reaper, Blades of Death. Make sure you pull out your shield to duck beneath the blades. I believe there's a room later on where the thing is invisible. This wall's... Oh, it's saying something. It says, if you want to see a fairy to the other world, come here. And it's not joking. There is a little pit here. Luckily, it's not instant death. But if you go down here, you can see a ferry that leads to the afterlife, apparently. How do we get to it? Well, we're gonna have to work our way to it. But that ferry leads to near the end of the dungeon. I believe when you get to that ferry, I believe you're at the home stretch. So, just keep that log away in your memory. But anyway, let's get back to collecting silver rupees. Ow! Didn't realize it reached that far. Oh. Okay, I jumped onto the blades. I don't know if that would hurt you, because I think I jumped on like the actual body of the blade, not this sharp part. Alright, that was enough to knock me on my ass. Whoop! Ah, timed it badly. Where is there a rupee? Is there one, like, hidden? Going first person. Oh, it's way over there. I was about to say, is there, like, a hidden silver rupee in this room? This will open the door. Ooh, that blade barely got me. Ooh. In here should be a key, I believe. Yeah, small key. Ah, so let's go for the door. And uh-oh! You're back. Let's see what's beyond here. Oh god. This is a bad room. The enemy we're seeing here are called Gyptos. They function very similarly to Redeads. They are just a lot more stronger health-wise. And yeah, they're a lot more stronger health-wise. And, I believe they do more damage. Now, you notice the Gypto caught on fire. I thought they did this in Ocarina of Time, but in Majora's Mask, if you set a Gypto on fire, the bandages will actually burn away to reveal the Redead, which would actually make the enemy significantly weaker. So if you hate fighting Gyptos, it's actually a decent tactic to do that to them in Majora's Mask. This is the downside is I don't think you fight that many Gyptos. Oh, it's in Majora's Mask. So I don't think many people... I don't think it's like a not an unknown detail. I found the compass before the map. Oh! I think I now know where the map is. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. I'm about to say, it's like, how did I find the compass and not the map? I just realized the map is somewhere in that room where we got the hover boots. I just remembered there was more into that area than just the hover boots. Ay, ay, ay. How could I completely forget about the map? Because I'm like, wait a minute, I found the compass? Where's the map? Because you usually find the map before the compass. I'll keep the shoes on because there's no dangers in the room. But I do know that the map is somewhere in here. Bring the sun and stun this we dead. To get the map, kill this we dead. And oh, there's keys in here. Navi, I know what a keys is. I want to shoot it. How could I completely forget the map was in here? And actually, yeah, now that I think about it, because this dungeon's so linear, you find the map and the compass pretty close to each other, actually. I think this is like the earliest you can find the map. Well, not the earliest that you can find the map, but definitely the earliest in terms of finding the map, then the compass. So I'm going to keep the shoes on until we can get across that pit again. Then the shoes are coming right off. Also, this dungeon is supposed to be creepy and everything, but I don't think this Shadow Temple music is as creepy or unsettling compared to the Forest Temple's music. I actually find the Forest Temple's music more creepy and unsettling to listen to, especially when you're in there for like a long period of time. It definitely brings in the creep factor, which is surprising since, I mean, there are ghosts there, but it's like, I don't know if that was supposed to be their intention. Engine, because this is supposed to be the temple all about the dead. And not the, whoops! Not the, Forest Temple. So it makes me wonder if the Forest Temple was originally meant to be, like, undead themed. Aimed at one point, and this dungeon got the treatment. Because I know that, because I know... Why do I keep getting ambushed by the goddamn spiders? Because I know that in development, I know that the Forest Temple was going to be a wind temple. It's going to have wind as its theme. And that got removed, so I guess they thought like, oh, let's add the undead there. Let's have like the Poe Sisters, Scalpos, and the Phantom of Ganon there, and have it be all undead based. Even though we have an undead dungeon. Watch for the shadow monsters that hang from the ceiling. Yep, they are here. They are in this room. But I'm going to save that for the next episode. So I'll see you all next time. Later.